All right, brave coders. Here's my solution for assignment number 2. So hopefully you've downloaded it, open it up either here in JGrasp or in the REPL, however we're supposed to say that. So it says part 1, write the shuffler method as detailed below. Leave these tests here. So by below, I mean way down here. Here's the sample output, but here's the shuffler method, and I found a little typo. This should be a L. I'll fix that later. But this says write a shuffler method, interleaves every other letter of string str and returns a new string. So the rule is all the even characters go first, and then all the odd characters. So school's going to return shokel, where we get the S, the H, and this O. We put them first, SHO, and then we get the odd letters, the character 1, character 3, character 5, so that's COL. So that's how we get the first, just the even characters, then we get the odd characters. And here's another example. Boot, when you have a 4-letter word where the middle 2 letters are repeated, you get the same word. So we get the first character, and character 0 is a B, character 2 is an O, and then we're going to get character 1 and character T, so it still gives you boot. Anyway, this line we're going to change. I'm going to start by making a temporary string. I'm going to call it T, and I'm going to make it empty. And then I'm going to change this to be return T. So if I ran this right now, we would get, let me run it. We'll get nothing for all those things, the little tests. So see, here's our tests, and there's nothing printed on the end. That makes sense. Okay, so then I'm going up here. I'm going to do a for loop and get every even character. So for int I equals 0, I less than str.length. And remember, for this length, we need the parentheses. I'm going to do I++, because this was how I solved it the other day. I'll show you another way you could do it. You could say I plus equals 2 if you want. But what I did is I went up one at a time, and then inside here I said, hey, if I modulo 2 equals 0, meaning if it's an even number, if it's an even character, then T plus equals str dot substring I comma I plus 1. So let me just show you what this meant. This is like, hey, we're going, starting at 0, we're going up by 1, going up to 1 less than how many characters there are. If it's an even number character, then I'm adding it to T, which started out empty. Okay, so if I ran this now, we would just get the even characters printed out. So the F, the U, and the R for that one. Okay, so then I can show you the other way that I was going to do this for the odd characters. Let's see, I'm going to just select those and put them here. And this one, I'm going to show you the other way. I'm going to start at 1, and I'm going to say plus equals 2. So I'm going to go up by 2 instead of, going up by 1s. And then I'm getting rid of that if condition because I don't need it. This is just only going to automatically be just all the odd characters. So if I run this, I think I should be done. Puppy up, boot, and flurry gives us furly. Okay, notice I didn't use curly brackets on this if statement. That was because there was only one command afterwards, but obviously I could have put curly brackets or braces around that. And if that bothers you that I didn't do it, it should bother you no longer, right? Because I just fixed it. Okay, so that was part 1. Right here. I'd like to say, if any of you find a fun word that is an English word beforehand and then is a different English word on the way out, that's not a 4-letter word with 2 letters repeated in the middle, send me an email. And if I get some fun ones, I'll share them with the class. I tried. I hand wrote like 30 of these on a piece of paper and was trying. That was before I wrote the program, but was trying to find words that made funny words, and I didn't. So, sorry. All right, let's go to part 2. We've got 5 little tasks in here. Task 1, create an int array named nums to hold 20 integers. So this is simple, int array. That says we're doing an int array. Here's the name of it. And I'm going to say it's a new int array with 20 integers. That's all you had to do. All right. Number 2, print it using the print array method I gave you already. So you can go look, print array nums. That's all you had to do. And I'll show you if we scroll down. Here's the int array. It receives an array, an integer array, and it prints it with spaces in between, and then prints a blank line at the end. So we'll go back up here. We'll run our code so far. So you'll see, so it ran the first stuff, and then it printed 20 zeros. Because remember, integer arrays default to the value 0 when you create them. Okay, number 3. Fill nums with random integers between 1 and 9 inclusive using math.random and a for loop. Then print the array again. All right. 4 int I equals 0, I less than nums.length. Now I could have said just the number 9 there, but I'm just trying to show good programming practices. Because what if we changed the size of the array later? Then you'd have to, your code would break if you were hard coding it to how long. Oh, it wouldn't have been 9, it would have been 20 here. Anyway, this is better. So sorry, I was even wrong with what I was saying, but I can't undo it. So here we go. I'm going to say nums square bracket I equals, now you have to say int here. I'm going to say math.random. Now here's where it's 9, because you take the bigger number, subtract the small number. So 9 minus 1 is 8, and then you add 1 to it. That's how many, that's the range of the random call. And so the range of our random call is 9. And then I have to do a plus 1 here. That's the starting number, because otherwise it would have given us 0 through 8. All right. Remember, you can review how to do random numbers in your notes. And now I'm going to say print array nums again, and we're going to see we got all the zeros, and then we got the random numbers. Awesome. Write a loop to add up all the integers in num, print the sum. So I'm going to just copy this this line, and I'd encourage you to do the same thing. You don't have to keep writing code over and over again. Oh, forgot. Before we start the for loop, we have to make a variable to count everything up into. I'm going to call it sum. And then inside here, I'm going to say sum plus equals nums square bracket I. That's saying, hey, add all the integers from nums, add them up into sum. And then I'm going to print it. System.out.println sum. Let's run it again. Now you understand that number will be different every time you run the program, because the numbers are random that are in the array. All right, and then finally, I said write a single if, else statement to report if the sum of the ints is less than 100, 100 to 110, or greater than 110. And I want your code to have an if, an else if, and an else. I know you could do this in different ways, but I literally am saying I want you to make it this way so that you practice doing a triple shot if statement. So let's do our triple shot if statement. If sum less than 100, system.out.println less than 100, else if, because remember, I know we could do another if, but I'm asking you specifically to do it this way. Sum greater than or equal to 100, and sum less than or equal to 110. I'm sure there's other ways to do it. You could say greater than 99. All right, I I know for you nothing happened, but I had to pause this and come back, so I'm not sure what I just said. So what I'm going to say is, here's the else if condition. If it's greater than or equal to 100 or less than or equal to 110, then we're going to system.out.println 100 to 110. And then finally, I wanted you to do an else, because remember, else's don't have a condition. They're just oh, I noticed I did a comma here. That would be bad. Println greater than 110. Okay, so let's run this. Yeah, this looks good. Sum is 119 this time, greater than 110. Here's one that's within 100 to 110. I'm going to run it until I get one that's less than. There we go. Sum was 94. And it told me it was less than 110. So that's our program for assignment number 2. As I mentioned in my email, I'm going to post other assignments this week. I just wanted to get you going with something Monday morning. Listen, you have all week to do this, so please don't stress if you're feeling behind or if all your teachers are dumping things on you. Remember, we were talking about giving you all the work on Monday so that you could work on it at your own pace during the week. So that's certainly my plan. And if you have any questions or problems, please send me an email. I'm happy to help. All right. Hope you're all healthy, safe, and doing well.